Yeah, okay, Krishna. Today we are going to discuss on AWS IAM. Okay. Yeah, you can mute your. Yes, yeah, now it is less noise. Okay, so today we are going to discuss on IAM. IAM is Identity and Access Management. So, what is the purpose of Identity and Access Management? So, let's say if you are going to uh, uh, log in or sign up for Amazon AWS account. So at that time, you are the whole and sole owner of your account. Let's say, if right now while you are learning, you are the owner and no one is going to use. But if you are working at organization, let's say you are the main administrator or main architect, to sign up for the AWS account. So at initial time, you will get the complete root access for the AWS environment. You will get complete services, complete accessibility, and you can do anything on AWS if you are the main account holder. But in real time scenarios or in your working environment, it might not be good because uh, if you are going to share your username password with your, or it is something like a root account type of username and password. So in that case, um, anyone from developer to tester, everyone can able to access your Amazon account. So sometimes it may misuse, sometimes it may useful for all the internal stakeholders, but at max, it might not be useful. So that is the reason why um, you need to provide, or you need to secure your applications or your services, whatever services you are going to host on Amazon cloud. So for that purpose, uh, Amazon provides you this service, identity and access management. Okay, so identity and access management is a service which is also built on API service. So using this service, you need to take care of your environment, from your environment or from your stakeholders or from your employees, need to securely connect your Amazon services. So that is the main purpose. So Amazon is really secure. Yes, it is, because right now, throughout the world, even banking organizations are using a few of the services they hosted on Amazon Web Services or Amazon data centers. And even US government also hosted, NASA projects also hosted on Amazon Web Services. So it is highly secureable, but at one point, so they will provide security on their infrastructure. But you need to, as a AWS user, you need to take care your services and your application or your code is going to take care by uh, we like ours only. They will just give a infrastructure as a service. They will not provide you any type of application or your software related things. They are not going to bother, like. So they will provide you each and every security from infrastructure point, and server patching they will take care. But on servers or from or any of the Linux box softwares, you need to take care. So for anything which is not related to Amazon, you need to take care, and which is related to infrastructure or data center security, they will take care. So that is the reason why they will provide you few couple of ways to secure Amazon data centers. One is physical data center security. Right now, Amazon have around. Uh, I'm not exactly the number. You can get the details from the internet. And Amazon have a couple of regions which is around 12 um, AWS regions. So these all are the data center operations from the Amazon. Okay, so for all the data centers which is going to hosted, or whichever is available from the physical data centers, so the physical security they will take care. So no one will gonna allow into their data centers, and they will not provide you exact addresses or exact details of their data center. I mean, there is no public place, or there is no public map for their data center. So they will tell you the location, but like in India, Mumbai is one of the regional data center is available, which is recently started. So let's say if they just told you like in yeah, India we have a data center, but they will not specifically provide you the address or details, and no one is going to allow into the data center. So it is very important. So they will maintain physical data center security from their end. So it is no need to bother about it, and they will provide you the physical data center security um, on physical hardware, networks, and everything. So they will gonna take care of all the layers from the infrastructure data center point of view. After that, they will gonna maintain, or they will gonna secure their infrastructure related virtualization environment. Okay, so whatever infrastructure is going to maintain, it might be from hardware perspective, or from the OS security, whatever infrastructure is available, something like physical data center, or VMs, or OS patches, or OS security, everything is going to take care by Amazon. So even your you no need to worry of DOS attacks also. So they will gonna take care, and they are number of regulatory compliances also there. Some of the well-known certified industry compliances is SOC 1 and PCI standards, ISO, FISMA. So there is a lot of compliance certificates they already received, and AWS is the one of the first and very latest. They got this PCI DSS 3 to certificate. So these all are the industry standard and compliance certificate from the cloud side. So from the cloud perspective, AWS is one of the topmost secure uh, public cloud infrastructure. So you no need to worry about the AWS security. You need to take care about our application side. Okay, so this is the layer how they are going to secure your environment. So they will gonna they will gonna secure, or they will gonna manage their services with highly securable on this layer. And on top of your application, customer related services or customer related data, you need to take care, or you need to secure using IAM. So IAM is going to help you to secure your environment. Okay, so from their end, servers, OS patches, everything they will gonna take care, they will gonna secure from their end. But customer data or your data is going to secure by yourself with using IAM. IAM is nothing but you need to create users, and you need to provide them you need to provide your users to specific policies, or you need to attach some policies. So very simple. Let's say you have a one development user, and you have a one testing user. So development user, he wants some development server or development EC2 instance. He want to access, he want to read, he want to write, he want to do everything on EC2 instance. In that scenario, we as a admin, you need to provide him for full EC2 access. Or if he want to access S3, I mean storage, you need to attach that policy too. So you can able to give that type of access using IAM. But you have a tester. Let's say you have a tester, so he don't need write accessibility on EC2 servers. You just give him a read access. And even let's say few of the anonymous users or few of the users which you don't want to give at any access, even you can give as a deny access to them also. So I will explain you later how you can go and update that particular values. So the overall scenario is infrastructure side or their services side, they will, I mean AWS, Amazon cloud or Amazon team is going to take care, but our customer data or customer applications is going to take care by yourself, not by Amazon side. So this is called shared accessibility. Okay, shared responsibility. So shared access to a single account. So it means you are the responsible person to maintain your account, and you as admin you need to decide which user need to get which type of access. And within this single AWS account, you need to share the access into your internal stakeholders or internal users or internal developers, testers, or administrators, or whatever it may be. So you are so IAM first feature is shared access within this single account. Okay, multi-factor authentication means, so it is very simple. Let's say if you have any idea how to use RSA token, so let's say using IAM you can able to create user, and you can able to give him a password. Okay, so if you feel this password is not even secure, you want to give a second step of authentication. In that scenario, you can able to give a multi-factor authentication. Multi-factor authentication is another layer of security. I mean, it's another layer of you need to give another password type. Okay, so how it is going to give so if you have a RSA token, physical RSA token or hardware, you can give them that particular password with a very simple steps. Or there is a software authentication or multi-factor authentication tools, which is a best example. If you have a smartphone, you will get Google Authenticator application. You can download it, and you can just using uh, uh, Q code, you can just swipe it, and you will get that data, and it will be synced with your application and your Amazon multi-factor account. So based on the software authenticator or your hardware authenticator, you can able to provide another layer of the authentication. So it is a very easy step, no need to bother about it. It is very easy steps. We'll demonstrate it if you want. Okay, so multi-factor authentication is the next layer. Other even it will collect your username, password, and another password or another code it is gonna expect from you, so that it will be a two way or two steps of like it collects two passwords, something like that. So I will show you. It is very easy. Next, integrate with other AWS products. So IAM, once you are going to create IAM, so this particular IAM or this particular security feature is going to accessible or usable for the entire your AWS products in the sense you can able to give permission to EC2 separately, S3 storage separately, or container separately, or all the products. If you can able to configure, and you can able to give, or you can able to integrate the AWS products entirely. So IAM is a security tool to access your AWS products. So automatically it will integrate all the different products in your AWS account. Okay, so next, identity federation. Let's say, it means, let's say you don't want to give a user, you don't want to create users in your IAM account or in your AWS account. In that case, let's say in that case, if you have any active directory already configured in your environment for user permissions or for user creations, so even you can simply, with the three steps, you can simply configure your active directory, and it will integrate into your IAM. So this is also very basic two steps. If you it will expect your internal active directory to configurations. If it is going to happen, it will provide you IAM accessibility to uh, or integrate with an active directory. So this is also the another feature for IAM. And global reach. Global reach, I mean global reach in the sense. So normally, lot of services which is dedicatedly and which is accessible, or uh, yeah, a few of the let me explain you. Let's say I have a EC2 server which is hosted on US West Zone or West region. So this particular EC2 server is not going to accessible in the other region. Something like from Mumbai region, you can't able to access this EC2 server hosted at US East Zone or US West Zone. So that means these particular resources is not going to communicate with a different region related products, is not going to communicate with each other. But IAM is going to communicate with any of the region throughout the Amazon Web Services data centers. So it is something like a superior. Why? Because it is going to give a accessibility into your Amazon services. So it is something like a username password type of credentials it is going to give you. So that is the reason why it have a global reach. So anyone can able to access this particular service from any region. And access management is something like it if you are going to use variety of different tools, the most common and frequently used being the AWS console. Let's say I can able to create IAM using Amazon console, I mean AWS console, I will show you later. And also I can able to create IAM related policies, IAM relate creating users, creating groups, providing password, everything from the command line also. So access management for the IAM is going to you can able to use your IAM from the CLI, from the console. And even if you have a development tool and developers, they can able to access using the SDKs, using Java programming, um, or Python programming, or Ruby programming. So there is a couple of dotted everything. So there is a couple of even SDKs also available to communicate or to create or to use your IAM services. So for us as administrator, we can able to use this service from the console as well as from the command line mode. So this is the way I mean how to access your IAM. So access management is nothing but how to access or how to use your IAM. Okay, so before going to IAM feature, you first install a CLI into your account. So so if you let me show you this one. It is directly available from the AWS site. So go and download if you are using Windows 64-bit OS, or if you are going to use 32-bit, you can go simply it is directly you can able to install. It is a MSI type. So next, but you can able to install with the next buttons. It is simply installable one. So once it is going to install, you can able to access AWS command line mode. Okay, without installing these things you can't able to access your AWS command line mode. Okay, for and before installing CLI, first you need to install Python 2.6 2.6 or higher version, because the entire AWS APIs is going to write on defaultly they implemented on Python. So you need to install Python 2.6.5 or higher versions. On top of it, you can download if you are going to use Windows as your operating system. So you can use Windows MSA and install in your machine. So then only you can able to access your AWS command line mode. Okay, and once install that particular CLI mode, um, we'll gonna execute the command. I mean, create user, create group, assign some policies from the command line mode also. Okay, so now I'm going to demonstrate all the IAM features or all the IAM configurations. First I'm going to explain you through console mode. Okay, why I'm going to initially I'm going to shows you from console mode. First it would be easily understandable. After that I will explain you through CLI. Okay, let me log into AWS console. And you guys already installed I mean you already log in or sign up to AWS account, right? Hello, hello.
Yeah, yes,
Yeah, okay, okay. Yeah, so if you already I mean sign up into the account, so after you can able to access this console, you will get all these type of services or tools. Okay, so here we are going to study or today topic is related to identity and access management, which is under security and identity. So just click here. So at initial time you may not delete your root access keys. Why you need to they will recommend you to delete your root access key. Why they are recommended means, so let's say if you have your root access keys into your machine, and if you are going to share these keys into any of your team member, they can able to access each and every product from their end. So they can get the complete root access of your AWS account. That's why Amazon is not going to recommend, and they will ask you or they will recommend you to delete your root access. At any point of time you can able to create it, but at any point of time while you are using CLI mode, they will not recommend you to use a root access keys. So if you are going to use your as a admin, you can able to create IAM accessibility as a administrator access. I will show you. And let's say previously I explained you like multi-factor authentication mechanism. So you here you can delete it. After that you can activate your MFA for your root access, root account, in the sense whatever console you are going to get at initial time, at the time of sign up, that account, if you can um, activate from multi-factor authentication from here. You just click manage MFA. It is not, it is also recommendable if you want to, this is just for learning purpose I am going to explain you. But you just have a look. If you want to use this one, it is fine. If you don't want to use it, that one also okay, that is not a problem. So click on manage MFA. So there are two different types of multi-factor authentication. One is virtual MFA. Virtual MFA is you go and install in your smartphone. There is an app which is called Google Authenticator. Okay, in you, if your mobile is in handy, you can go and install Google Authenticator app. You will get this Google Authenticator app of free of cost. So you can download that particular app, and there you will get some QR code. So you can just open your camera and just scan that particular value. So it will gonna sync, both will gonna sync and will provide MFA next time. Okay, let me I'm going to download my um, Google Authenticator in my mobile for two-step verification, and I'm going to start using that. Okay, so this is a virtual MFA device. And let's say if you have a hardware MFA which is similar like a um, uh, there is a small tools or what it is called, it is RSA tokens, if you have any idea. So using RFA token also you can able to manage your MFA account. Okay, so I'm going to use Google Authenticator and as a virtual MFA device, and I'm just giving a click, and in my mobile I just open that application and I'm trying to scan that barcode. Okay, so it will gonna look like this. So just it gives you some value in your mobile. So I need to give this particular value here, and again it would be something like 30 seconds. After 30 seconds the value is going to change. At initial time you need to provide two uh, two codes. Okay, first code I already provided. Now I'm going to provide the next authentication code. Okay, so my MFA device was successfully integrated with my Amazon account. Okay, so let me refresh this page. Okay, it would accessible. So let me sign out from my root account. I will just show you how it is going to work. Okay, so this is my mail ID, and I'm going to give password, and now it is expect some authentication code. So at that time you just open your application. While you open your application, it populates one number. Okay, so you just provide that value. For each 45 seconds or around 40 seconds this value is going to change. Okay, so that particular value you need to update here. So so that is the mechanism for multi-factor authentication. It is a two-step authentication functionality. It would be helpful for a secure your root account. So if this particular application is synced with your device, then nobody is going to access in your organization. So whoever have a full access or root access, he need to secure from from his side. Okay, now let me go and create user. Okay, first I want to create a user. and this first user is I'm going to give a administrator. He is nothing but I have a root access, but I don't want to use my root access for accessing or from using from my CLI, and I don't want to access my CLI from my root access. So I'm going to create a user. Here you can at max at initial time you can give a 5 user, and after that you can give a 5 users. At that is your wish. You can give um, I'm just giving as a username Erwa, and and let me show you. Okay, so here this is the one more important one. After creating user, there is the access keys. You need to save these keys. Okay, so you need to save these keys into your local environment, or if you are administrator, you want to give some you want to create some users in your current organization. So that time also you need to save their access key and secret access key into in your local environment, and you need to provide them, or else it they will gonna give you a credential, downloadable credentials. Let me just click this credentials and open this one. This is something like you will get it from the your Excel document. Okay, so in your Excel document it will gonna give you a access key, username with access key, and your secret key. You just maintain these details. If you forget this one, the next time again if you are going to create user, then at that time only you will get this details. So whenever you are going to create, the best practice here is whenever you are going to create any user, please maintain in your local copy of that particular user access key and that particular user secret access key. Okay, so I'm going to save anyway just for our learning purpose. So I'm just going to save here in my notes. Okay, so this is my access key, this is my secret access key. So just put it here like this. I will show you how to uh, configure in your CLI command mode. At that time this access keys is going to useful for you. So just put it like this, and let me show you. Okay, just close it. So you just created user now. Okay, so you have a user and you want to give him a password also, right? So let me provide him a password. Manage password. You can assign some auto generate, but you can provide him any dedicated password here. Anyway, this is for learning purpose. I am not going to give next time a new password at the next sign in, but in real time scenarios this would be a useful for you. Why? Because if you just create some xyz at the rate 123 or something like that type of password you are going to give here, and uh, and you need to initially you need to provide your user with their temporary password. And if you assign like this, once he is going to are trying to access their account, so at initial time he need to change his password, or he need to change his desired password into his account. So it would be useful at the time of real time case, but here you can give whatever password you want and just apply it. Okay, and there is a one more thing I want to show you. So there is a separate password policy. Okay, so this is the default password policy. So in your account, default password policy is minimum password length should be 6 characters, and if you want to give one uppercase, lowercase, one number, or at least one non-alphanumeric, you can give it is whatever you want. But I just provide you 6 minimum password characters, and any user can able to change his password, and each and my password is going to expire after 1095 days. Here even you can give 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, whatever days you want, but 1095 is the maximum days of expiration of your account. So this is also it is also in your own, it is your own decision, or it is your organization decision, or your architect decision. So this is my own password policy I'm maintaining in my environment, in my current learning environment or training environment. So this is entirely depends on you. Okay. um, just uh, mm, okay, 1 second. Okay. So this is entirely depends on you for this password policy. Okay, what I created user and I provided password. Okay, and I got his access. Okay, now I need to give him a group. Anyway, my group, this particular user, I want to give a complete access. So I'm going to give as a admin access to him. Okay, so what is this particular user will do is he can able to access any of the service. Okay, any of the service from your entire AWS services. So he can able to access any of the service from the entire environment. Okay, so uh, so at the next time you need to access using this account. You don't need to each and every time you don't need to access your root account. So just click as next. Here you just give admin. So these all are the default policies which is going to created by Amazon. Okay, so this is the default administrator access. Okay, it's already, this particular policy is already available from this IAM management console. Okay, this is already available one, which is already a default one in your environment. This was given by AWS. Okay, so just create it. I will explain you what is AR and AWS IAM policy and all these things. Just uh, create a group. Okay, so now you create a group with full access of your account. So now what you need to do is, so for this particular group you need to assign some users, right? So let's say I have a user Irva, and Irva want to attach or want to give a group as admin, because I'm the main maintainer of my AWS environment. So I'm going to add to admin group. Okay, so now Irva has it is in one group, and he has active key and he has a password, but as of now he is not at login. Okay, so all this user, I just created user, I just created group, and I attach my policy. What is my policy? So this particular user can able to access um, all the services from the AWS. Okay, so now, So that's it for creation of user. Now uh, encryption keys, no worries. And I need to explain another thing. Yeah, identity providers. So this particular one, if you have a active directory, or if you have any other in-house LDAP providers, or if you have any other third party directory tools, so you can uh, integrate your account with IAM. So how it is going to be, but I don't have a right now, I don't have any of the tools uh, available. But if you have any particular availability in your organization, it is very simple. Click on SAML. SAML is something like your active directory related prototype, and you just give your provider name, and if you have any metadata document, you just upload here. So it is very straightforward thing. If you in your environment, if you get a chance to integrate, you can do it from identity providers. Okay, so it is also sometimes if your organization is very large, and in your organization if many lot of people are going to directly use your AWS account, in that case it would be useful. But in real-time scenarios, so the maintenance of your AWS account is very minimal, so in that case it is not going to much useful. Okay, and this is the credential report. This is here you will not get any access keys or uh, any keys related configuration, but you will get how many number of users created, and how many people are logged in, or how many people are connecting. All this information is going to save here. Now there is another important thing. Another important one is roles. So now I have a user, I have a group, I have a policy. So I integrated all these things. So I have one user is going to access my entire services. Now there is another feature which is called role. So the main advantage of role is, while you are going to create, let me show you. While you are going to create your role, there are couple of usability. Some let's say in my organization, for development environment I have a one sign up account, and for production I have another sign up account. So in that case, the same user, or the same EC2 server, I mean with the same full permission of particular user, is going to access my cross account. Okay, let's say my Airwa account is going to access my another production sign up AWS account. So in that case it would be very useful, role for cross account access, and go and give your AWS account ID. So where you will get this account ID from my current environment, I will get from here. Let me show you that particular account ID number. So this is my account ID. Okay, so this account ID, let's say I created one user from my QA sign up AWS account, and I want to access AWS account from my production server, or servers, or services. So in that case I will give here um, production AWS account ID, and if you want provide him a MFA account, and just give a next click only. So so it is a it there is a AWS provides you even cross platform, or cross account configuration also. Okay, so it is very easy to attach from one account to another account also. So the role is going to play it is going to useful if you have a cross account. So in one particular account have a user, you can even switch into the other account. You no need to create the same user into your production account, and you no need to give everything from even other account. So if you have a role, if you are going to create a role from this particular qa sign up account, and this particular user is going to access another sign up account, it is very straightforward simple steps to create a role. Okay, and there is another features also. Let me show you here. So let's say, so these all are the different roles. So right now what we did is, as a user can able to access the services, but the usage of role is, a particular service is going to used by anonymous users or normal users also. So let's say um, my application, I have a mobile application. Okay, so in my mobile application, what my mobile application, something like a Dropbox. So my Dropbox application is going to store all my users, all my customers data stored into my S3 buckets. Okay, so in that case I no need to give each and every user. Okay, I no need to give each and every user to my AWS account, and I no need to give each and every user with my um, keys details, some access keys. Here you will get it, some access keys, right? So you no need to give some access key id and my secret access key. You no need to give, because if you gonna open these two details, so any user can hack and can directly save their data into your storage account. So for reduce or for uh, for I mean for that particular issue, so they give a solution using role. So what this role is going to help you if your application is hosted on AWS is, so my Dropbox account holder can able to save their data into one bucket. Okay, so another user is going to save some other bucket, or in the same bucket there is a one object content files is going to save for one user and another user and another user, so, a number of users. So in that time, so you no need to provide your AWS account details, and you no need to provide your access keys and anything. But in your account, if you go and give your S3 as a role, so your users can able to simply copy their code, they can able to download it, and they can able to use it. So even this type of real-time scenarios, this particular role is going to useful. But as a learning perspective, it is not much useful. But your application perspective, at the time of application development, the role is going to be very useful. And if you have a cross domain purpose, it is going to be cross account purpose, it is going to be very useful. Okay, so the role is specifically for the service, and the role is specifically for the cross account access. So that is the main purpose. And one more thing, so while creating your identity access IAM users or passwords, okay, so that time you need some console. This is the I myself customized this account. Okay, um, let's say even you can customize this account. So this is my default IAM account. So here I'm just accessing like console.aws.amazon.com, but I don't want to give this account to all my IAM users, right? So even I'm able to create my IAM users with this account, they can't able to access it. Okay, so if I share this link to my all users, then only they can able to access my AWS account. So if you want, if you don't want these type of members, even you can customize with some naming, something like uh, so if you just give like this, these type of names which is already available in their account, so it's already available, so just give something like this. Okay, so this is your console name. You need to share this link to your internal stakeholders or internal teams. Okay, so let me open in another browser, or let me sign out this one. I will open here. So this is my root account, and oh, 1 second, let me copy that one first. So each and every time it will like ask for MFA. So you will get it from your mobile app, some Google Authenticator, and just copy this link, just paste here. It will automatically sign out this our root account. Okay, okay, just close this. Okay, it redirects into AWS account. So this is the account name, AWS training 505, which I gave you at initial time, right? So so my customization time, I gave this name. Okay, so here I'm going to use as my username, and I provided my password. Okay, I am able to access all the services here. Okay, I will show you another thing which is only have access to EC2. That particular user I am going to demonstrate using CLI. Okay, you no need to worry. This is for full access of your account with the particular user, but here you will see some missing options. Let's say you can't able to see billing cost management here, because even though you have a admin access, they will not provide you a billing account authorization. Why? Because billing account is going to share by only a root account, even though you have admin access, but you are not the authorized person to check the billing details and everything. Okay, so IAM access denied. So so you are the responsible for all the services, but not each and every feature of your entire applications. Okay, so your all the AWS services can accessible. You can able to access all the services. So you can able to create the services, servers, or you can able to create S3 cloud, S3 storage. Okay, you can able to create everything. So that is the main advantage. As a user, you can do your activities without any issues. Okay, so I'm just signing off, and I'm going to access with my root account now. So it will immediately redirects here, but if you are going to click here, you will move into your root account and need to provide authentication key. Okay, now I can able to access even billing and cost management details also. So everything I will get it. Okay. So now let me demonstrate how to access this IAM service from the console. Okay. So now I just created user group from the console. Now I'm going to demonstrate from the command line mode. Okay, anyway, I already installed my CLI using AWS command, which is which would be available here. AWS, you can AWS CLI installation. Okay, so for Windows, they will give you MSI installer. For Linux, OS X, Unix, they will also give a bundled installer. Or you don't need to use MSI, even you can able to install using pip. Pip is something like a Python installer, something like a Python package manager. Okay, just give me 1 second, I'm getting a call. Yeah, sorry. So pip is something like a Python package manager. Something like if you are aware Linux, you will get it some yum repository managers. Or if you are used Ubuntu, there is apt-get. So something like that type of service. Or if you are used OS X, there is a Hebrew. um, so these type of package manager or package installer, repository package manager type of functionality, which is hosted which is available on Python, on the layer of Python. If you something like Ruby gems. So if you install pip application in your machine, even using pip command, you can simply install um, this AWS CLI. Or directly they will give you MSI installer for Windows, Linux, OS X also. So that is your choice. First, it is also very simple to install it. You can simply install your AWS CLI. But one thing you need to take care after AWS CLI. And one more thing, so while using AWS CLI, there is hundreds of options is available. So hundreds of options is available. So each and everything we can't able to remember it. Okay, so that's why you at any point of time you use AWS help. Okay, AWS help will give you whatever options is available for AWS account. Okay, these all are the available services of using AWS. Okay, for CloudWatch, auto scaling, or the same IAM also. So right now I am going to use IAM. Okay, so AWS IAM, but still I'm not sure, or let's say I'm not aware what command I'm going to use. Even you can give here help, AWS IAM help. So here also you will get some available services or available functionalities here. Okay, so these are all the different types of available commands, you can use it. Okay, so you no need to worry about this thing. And there is a AWS separate documentation from the AWS site also. So don't worry to remember all these things, but you just need to know, like let's say I want to create a user. So for creating user, you definitely need to know like which particular command, at least which particular command I need to use. So these type of things you just remember it, but you don't need to remember each and every command. It is not a, it is not a easy thing also to remember all the commands. Okay, now let me show you how to create users using IAM. So now I'm going to list the users first. AWS IAM. Okay, let me show you the help first. So I want to know number of users available. So here you check that type of name. Okay, list users. Okay, here you will get list users. Okay, so just give list users. So it will not give you anything. Okay, why? Because I'm not provide any of my details here. Okay, so even though I'm a user, okay, even though I'm a user, but still I'm not configured on AWS. I created user with Aruba, but I'm not provide that keys. So my AWS account not able to know which particular user is going to access this command, or which particular user is going to access AWS. So that's why you need to configure it first. Okay, AWS configure. So here previously I copied some place, right? So that particular access ID I need to copy here. So this is my access key. Okay, oh sorry, I need to give here key ID. Okay, key ID, and this is my access key. Okay, and here right now I'm going to use the default region. If you want to change, you can change here. Okay, I will tell you at the time of EC2 for all these region names and how it is going to work. Okay, next, output should be two types. One is table type and another is JSON type. If you are going to use table, it is easily understandable. So right now I'm going to use the table which is already selected. If it is already selected, just give a enter. Okay, so right now my AWS understand some Aruba user is going to communicate this AWS account. Now I'm going to give AWS IAM list users. Okay, so my IAM gives available users now. So it gives Aruba is the only user available in my account now. Okay, so it is created at this particular time, the password last used at this particular time. So all these details it is going to give, and it is the user ID. What is the user ID? Okay, so all the details is going to give the number of list users is available currently from the IAM service. Okay, now I want to create a user. Okay, the same way you can go and search for AWS IAM help. It will gonna give you a lot of details. Or if you don't want to search here, you can go and use from the documentation too. So whatever easy, it's up to you. You can put them very handy so that you can able to learn a quick way. Okay, so AWS IAM create user. Okay, so I'm going to use a user. I'm going to create a user now with the create user, and I'm not aware what other option is. So even I can able to give help here. So in that I need to give as hyphen hyphen username. Okay, IAM create user hyphen hyphen user name, and this name I'm just giving as Chinna. Okay, so it is going to create a user now. Okay, so at the time of creating, it gives some ARN number. So this is a publicly accessible number. So what is ARN? ARN is Amazon resource name. Okay, and AWS is the account or partition name, or IAM is the service name. So here this ARN utilizes the service name, and after the service, okay, after the service, um, it expects some region. Right now I'm not specified any region here. Why? Because IAM is going to share all the regions, entire regions or entire data center, so I'm not mention here anything. So that's why it gives nothing, colon colon, in between colon colon, if you give any particular region, it shows here. And this is my AWS account number, and it is the this particular IAM service, or it is something like a partition name or resource type. So user is a resource type, and what is the resource name is Chinna. So this ARN name, Amazon resource name, is it is something like you can able to access this ARN from the entire AWS environment. Okay, so while creating user, for each and every user there should be some ARN default or dedicated ARN number, which is based on your account name or account number. Okay, and at what time it is created, and user ID also, and your username. Okay, anyway, I created user. Now what I need to do is, I need to give up I need to create a group to assign some policy. Okay, let me provide some let me create uh, no once I create user, what I need to do is, I need to give a password to this particular user, right? So I need to give a password here. For creating user, at the time of creating user, there is no option for password, but where you can able to give a password with the sub command. That command is create login profile. Okay, so here just give for which user you need to give a password. So this is the user, and password should be ASCII characters, something like this. Okay, so first I created user. Now I created a password using create login profile option. Okay, so now, so I give a username, I give a password. Now what I need to do is, I need to create a access key also. Without access key you can't able to access this service using CLI, or using your application, or using for access key it is a lot of uh, usability is there. So you need to create a access key. Even you can able to create access key at any point of time. um, anyway, at the time of creating user, we can able to create access key too. So create access key. So I'm not sure about create access key, so I'm going to um, depends on my help document. Let me check create access key. So this is the create access key. Okay, AWS IAM create access key for where, I mean for which user you are going to create. So username as Chinna and just give a enter here. So in this case also you will get some access key and secret access key here. So these two is important, you need to document in somewhere else. So as of now I created user, I created password for that user, I created access key for that user. Now I'm going to create the group. Okay, so AWS IAM create group. Okay, and need to give group name as EC2 group. Okay, so I created user, I created password, I created access key, and I created group. But at the time I just used available policy. Okay, I just used available policy in the market. Whatever is a default policy is there, so that particular policy only I used it. But now I want to uh, create my own policy which that particular user is going to access all the EC2 related environment. So I'm going to create that type of policy here. Okay, so manually I'm going to create some policy and I'm going to upload that policy into my account. So how it is going to create custom policy creation, there is a two ways. From console also you can create that custom policy and update that custom policy into your specific group. Or there is a another way is you are going to create your policy from your Windows or from your iOS or from your local machine and upload that policy into your machine as an inline policy. Let me show you how to create from our local machine. Let me open it. So this policy is of for full administrative access. So let me open my new file. Okay, so now I'm going to create my policy document. At initially all my policy document should under this curly braces. Now I need to give this version. Don't worry, this version is completely depends on or I mean this version is completely belongs to Amazon JSON format or this particular JSON policy. So this is not by ourselves. So this value is a optional one, but for best practice this value should be this value should be called in each and every policy or each and every cloud formation script if you are going to use it. Okay, so this version number is available from the AWS documentation. So this number is the default one, you no need to change any date here. Okay, so this date everything is written in AWS documentation only, we no need to touch anything here. So now the statement starts here. So the statement contains some array of the values. So if I'm going to use some array, so I'm going to use these brackets. Okay, so now what I need to do is, so whatever policy I'm going to write it, is it allowable or deniable? So first I mention that effect. So effect, this is the property, everything would be a JSON type. So JSON value I mean key pair value should be colon some name and like this. Okay, so effect, it would be allow or deny. So what our this particular script is going to work is allow all the users, I mean all the EC2 related services or sub services or sub functionalities is going to accessible by our user. Okay, by our chinna user. So here I'm going to give as allow, I'm not going to give as deny. So if I'm go and give here deny and update EC2 EC2 as an action, so this particular user not at all get a access to EC2 instances. So here, but here I'm going to give as allow. So this particular user or whoever going to use this policy, that guy can able to uh, uh, access this particular services. So now action is whatever services or whatever things you are going to add to allow this particular service. Let me show you. So so here also there is a couple of options available, so that's why I give like this. So now let's say I want to give each and everything on EC2. Okay, so in that case I can give like this. Okay, so I can give like this. I no need to worry to update the remaining things. But if you want to give if you want to provide I mean specific like describe instances, describe images, create images, all the things, so that time you can provide something like describe uh, instances and need to provide other options, other sub options of the EC2. But right now I'm going to use the action, or I'm going to use this particular thing on the entire EC2. So I don't want to um, give everything, and I just give a star. Okay, so my action is EC2 is my action, and under my EC2 action I'm going to give complete EC2 accessibility, and everything of my I mean whatever action is going to affect allow type of effect is going to apply for this policy. Let me show you even from console also, so that you will get a good idea. So let me create some policy. Okay, let me uh, open some EC2 policy, so that you will get a good idea. EC2 full access. Okay, so you can check here, you can check here. So my action is going to be EC2, and all the EC2 related actions is going to allow, and for all the resources. So whatever resource is available, so all the resource is going to be take care, or all the resource is going to be allowable for the EC2 instances. And also let's say Amazon EC2 full access contains, sometimes it would be elastic load balancer as an action, or it would be a CloudWatch, or it would be a autoscale. But now for just our learning purpose, I'm just using action as EC2 colon star only. Okay, so this statement is enough as of now. So the custom policy, this policy is a default one, but right now I'm going to write it as a custom policy with full access of EC2 service. So EC2 uh, so EC2 colon star as a service. So my action item is also completed, or here if my action is the only one item, it would be good for like this. Let me show. So I have only one action item. Okay, so this is the only one action item. So this action item, what it is showing, like EC2 instance or it is EC2 action is going to, all the EC2 actions is going to allow by this policy. And now just give as a resource or resources. Even you can validate from already defined, already predefined policy documentation also. So we'll get to know more at the time of our learning on cloud formation. Okay, so here also you just give a star. Let's say if you are not mentioned EC2 here, if you mention S3 here, so all the S3 related sub services or all the S3 related services is going to accessible here. Let's say here you just give another action item, um, another action item uh, on EC2 or another action item as a S3, you can give here also. So you don't need to worry about it. Okay, so now we give a effect as hello, action as EC2, and resource as all the resources. You just save this document. Some testing dot json is the file extension. Okay, you can cross verify it using a previous, I mean this documentation also. Effect, spell check, everything you can able to check from here. Okay, looks like everything is fine. Now I need to upload this particular custom JS, I mean custom policy into my account. This is the important one. um, so if anyway you created some custom policy, and this policy is going to give a full access for the EC2 user, EC2 accessibility. So I'm going to attach this policy, or I'm going to attach this policy into my previously created group. Okay, so now AWS IAM put policy with the group name as EC2 group, and here you just give your name policy name as EC2 policy, and policy document, you need to mention this policy document where it is available. So this particular entire path you need to give like this: file colon, let me get that path. Testing.json. Okay, so just give a enter. So this, okay, put policy name, uh, Let me give this put user policy AWS option. Okay. Oh. So here it is not a put policy, it is a put group policy. Put group policy. Another, when calling put group policy, uh, malformed policy. When calling put group policy operation syntax error in policy as a group name easy to group. So here it gives the put group policy. Let me copy this here. AWS group policy, and I will give as a I will check with the help command. So here group name, group policy, and group document. So our group name is EC2 group, which is already created, and policy name I'm going to change with other name, EC2 505, and the policy document. mm, Let me cross verify once. AWS IAM put group. and policy document. And policy name. Okay, looks like our policy document has some syntax error here. So that is the main reason. Let us correct here. This is the one. This is going to be okay. Effect, or let me write it again, or do one thing. Let me copy and paste here. Version statement action as uh, EC2 colon star resources star. Let's save it and let's run it. Due to yeah, now it is okay. Due to our previous one have some syntax errors or some space related issues. Um, that's why previously our previous policy was there are some syntax errors you can see here. Another record malformed policy document. Okay, so due to that exception we are not able to upload our policy into our AWS account. Okay, so now it is formatted correct way. So I guess one important thing while creating this JSON file or this policy files or cloud formation files is, so the space is the space is the very important one. So if you are going to use sublime text, whatever space or whatever um, just once if you give a hit, it will give the spacing convention. So based on that only you can proceed it. So this is the one important one while execute any python related applications or any python dependency applications. This spacing or indentation related exceptions you will see. So this is the one important one you need to take care while creating or while using this JSON or cloud formation tools, or even though if you are going to use DevOps or DevOps related tools, something like YAML also, this indentation issues you will face. So better use Sublime text, and whatever it is going to show you the line, from that line you better write your code or write your syntaxes. So that would be my suggestion. Okay,
Sure,
and
sir.
yeah, this is a YML based on Ansible. Even we can give like this only if you just put before or just give like this, it will give some syntax error. So idempotent or the spaces related issues you will face. So that's why better install this sublime text, and once you give a enter, whatever space it is shows, you can go and update that one. Or from console also you can directly create this custom custom policies also. Okay, create policy, and you can create your own policy here, but here it will validate the policy. Okay, so even here, even it will gonna, I mean, correct it. So while using your console, it would be more friendly, but while using your any of the editors, you need to take care that spaces and everything. And that's it. Let me show you our uh, our policy. No, now we just created policy from the console and we updated that policy, and now we need to attach that policy from the from our user, right? So that step, as of now, we create user, we add the password, and we create the group, and we attach, we write one custom policy, and we uploaded that custom policy, and we attach into the group. Okay, so here we updated the policy with the policy name, and we updated the policy document, we uploaded this policy document into our AWS cloud, and we just give a group name. Okay, so now this policy is going to attach in your EC2 group. Let's just cross check it. Go and check your groups. Now EC2 group, so our custom policy is a inline based custom policy. This is my policy, test policy. Click on show policy. This is our policy which we write it, and you can even edit this policy at any point of time from here. And here you can validate your policy from here also. Okay, so my policy is uh, published from my local machine to my server. Okay, so it came here, and you can validate from here, and it comes as a inline policy, because previously we just used default policies which is available from the Amazon provides that policy. Now we just used inline policy, or we just uploaded our own policy into the server. So now what I need to do is I need to attach this group to the particular user. My user we already created as Chinna, so we need to add this user with this that particular group, EC2 group. So how to attach that group? Okay, and also one more thing. So this EC2 user, so at the time of attaching this particular group, we need to add with this group ARN number. While you are attaching your particular user to the group from console, you no need to worry, but while giving your attaching user into you particular group to user, you need to hand this group ARN number also. So now go and attach my user to this particular group. So AWS IAM attach group policy. Let me check with the help. Attach group policy. So for attaching group policy, we need to give a group name and policy ARN. But now I don't think so to attach anything now. We just need to attach user only, right? So this is not a useful now. um
So
now
the policy, the policy.
policy document already we have attached to the group. So when we
Yes, yes,
attach the
yes.
user to the group, will the policy get inherited to the group?
Yes, yes. Now we no need to attach it. So that's why let me check how to attach a user to a group with if we have any option. So we'll check from there. So attach user policy. It is not useful. Yeah, we'll use this one. Add user group. Okay. So copy it and AWS IAM and again check for the help. Okay, add so first you just give a username and you just give a group name and username. Let me give you AWS IAM add user to group. Hmm, let me again check IAM help. So group name. So group name as EC2 group and username as Chinna. Okay, so now I attached my user to group. You can check here now. So this is the user we created and uh, we have a EC2 group and EC2 group have a inline policy that are embedded into this group. Okay, now just attach another policy from here. Okay, so that is no need to worry. So customer policies, these all are my customer managed policy initially. So like this. So anyway, we already attached policy. So we already created policy and upload the policy into with my group name, and also I created user password and keys, and after that I created some one custom policy and I uploaded into my EC2 environment with the group name. Finally I just attach my user with the group. So these all are the steps from the console, and from command line it is very straightforward and it is very easy to use. If you have any questions, please let me know.
Sir, I was able to follow, and
Yeah.
let me practice one time. If any doubts, will let me ask you, sir.
Okay.
So thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. If you have any questions, please let me know. So tomorrow we'll discuss on S3 storage, and after that we'll discuss on EC2.